For those of you who don't know me, I am Pia Silva. Freedom is all I'm after, and it seems to be what my people are after too, right? We all want freedom and flexibility in our lives. And today's topic is relying on referrals, stifling your business growth. I was inspired to talk about this because I was on someone else's Facebook page. We were talking about this concept of referrals, and she said to me, I don't get it. A lot of people come to me and say that I only get business from referrals, and it really bothers them, and they're really worried about it. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I've actually heard that before too. And I haven't just heard that from people telling me. I actually noticed there's a lot of marketing language out there right now that basically speaks to that and says, don't you wish you had a more streamlined and clear way of getting business that you could rely on? Why do we all think that this is a problem? Does anyone here think that's a problem, by the way? Do you only get business through referrals and feel like that's a little nerve-wracking for you? And how come? Because I know for me, that was a scary way to operate my business because I felt very out of control with it. It made me feel like when things are going well, when you got a lot of clients, it's great. But when things are not going well, I don't know what to do because I'm relying completely on other people sending me business. When I was in that position, the only thing I knew to do was to keep networking, to keep running out there, meeting as many people as possible because that was the only way to drum up business. And I never knew exactly how it was going to come to me. It feels like it's not in your control. And that is a problem for a lot of people. So why is it a problem to even feel that way? I think this makes people make a lot of mistakes. This ends up inspiring people to do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing. So if you're in a position where you rely solely on referrals and you're not getting enough of them, what is something a lot of people do in that position? I have found they start looking for other marketing ideas, like digital marketing ideas, in order to fill that gap. Okay, I'm waiting for referrals. I don't know what to do. And I start chasing silver bullets. What are the things that I can do to drum up more business? And the problem with that is that you haven't solved the core issue first. So that's why a lot of people, I find, start doing all this kinds of digital marketing stuff and nothing works. They start writing articles, posting on social media, doing all these efforts before they've solved their core issue, which is that you're not referable right now. You're not referable enough that you can drum up enough business just based on people hearing what you have to say. And because I do believe that it's possible to have a completely sustainable and growing business purely based on referrals, and I believe this because I built a business like that. I have my classic tidbit story going from $40,000 in debt to $500,000 in sales without social media or advertising. Okay, how did I do it? From referrals, completely from referrals. Now, I was doing the same thing before when I was in debt as I was after in terms of marketing. So what was the change? The change was, and I just coined this phrase, I don't know if I coined it, but it came to me. I went offline viral. Offline viral. First, let's talk about what viral is. A lot of people wish they could go viral. How come? Because viral sounds really easy. It feels, oh, lots of people are going to hear about me and I'm just going to blow up. And then everybody is going to just start calling me and I have so much business and so many clients and it's going to be great. That's what going viral feels. And it feels like something magical that happens. So what's offline viral? Offline viral is basically the same thing on a smaller scale. Lots of people are talking about you and talking about something that you have to offer. So what is the difference between networking your face off and trying to get clients and waiting around for them and going offline viral so you can build a sustainable business purely based on referrals? The difference is that you are saying something that people can't stop thinking about and can't stop telling other people about. The difference for me before, when I was pounding the pavement, trying to stay in front of people, crossing my fingers, waiting for the referrals to come in, and they weren't coming in. And after, when I didn't even have to pound the pavement, I just had to tell people once what I did, and all of a sudden the referrals were coming in left and right. And the referrals were coming in from the same people who weren't sending me referrals before, by the way. The difference was, all of a sudden, there was something really clear and easy for them to understand. And I was very referable. So that's the difference. That's what makes you offline viral, is that you are highly referable. What makes somebody highly referable? Think about the people that you easily refer. Who do you refer often? People who are really easy to talk about. People who are really easy to remember what they do, and people who make you look good when you refer them to somebody else. People who it's really clear to you how to explain what they do to others. That's what makes people really easy to refer. When you are not getting enough referral business, to start marketing online a lot. Before you do anything like that, you first have to get your house in order. And getting your house in order means becoming highly referable. Now, I started thinking about this in a completely new way, and forgive me if this feels like a tangent, but it really sunk it home for me. I do a lot of online marketing, obviously, so I am not knocking online marketing at all. I just think that it's a step two, and you have to do step one first. And the way that online marketing works is that there's a funnel. Basically, people go through steps, and they see this, and then they go to that, and then they go to the next step and the next step. And if you want to be successful in online marketing, you're basically constantly tweaking your funnel. You're looking at the conversion rates at every single step. The better your conversion rate at every single step, the more successful your funnel will be. At every step, somebody falls off. When I think about a service business, that first step, the step where you tell people what you do and they do something with that information, they either remember it, they ask you more, they're inquisitive, they think about it, they remember you later and tell people, or they don't. That's the first conversion step. So if you don't have your first conversion step, you can do all the silver bullet marketing, all the digital marketing that you want, and it's going to fall on deaf ears. So if you think about offline funnels as basically this is the first step in your funnel is you tell somebody about your business and they either understand and believe and remember and share you with others or they don't. If you don't get that right first, you're going to waste so much time and energy telling people what you do and it's going to fall on deaf ears. It has to be the first step for you. The way that you're thinking about growth is the problem. Let's break that down for a second. I think when people are not getting enough business and then they're marketing a lot online, they're thinking about growth in terms of, I need to reach more and more people before they're thinking about, I need what I'm saying to be really powerful. Yes, having a great elevator pitch is how you communicate what you do well. But what are you going to put in that elevator pitch? Do you know what it is that is so special about what you have to offer? Can you explain it in a way that makes people's ears perk up? And can you be so focused and specific about it that when people hear about it, they remember it and they file it away unconsciously so that later on it pops up? There are people that I have met over the years once who I think of often whenever there's a trigger that I see. I always talk about, I think I may have even mentioned her in my book, this woman who did PR for pet products. Now that's not the only answer, is just to be so specific like that, but that is so specific that every time I meet someone in the pet product business, I think of her. 5 years later, I think of her. There are people that I have talked to in depth in the last couple months that I don't think about. I can't even remember. That's the difference. And if you can find a couple of different ways to really cut through the crap and make that conversion rate, so to speak, on that initial contact with people in person, if you can figure out a way to make that a really high conversion rate, if you can find a way to be really sticky, I say noticeable, memorable, shareable, those are the keys to being highly referable. Noticeable, memorable, and shareable. If you can crack that code, you can build an entire business just on referrals. And you don't have to be pounding the pavement to do that. Now, after that, are there reasons and opportunities to do online digital marketing? Absolutely. There's lots of great stuff to do after that. But until you get this right, I would say it's a complete waste of time to do that online marketing. I did this program, the Authority Bootcamp, where I teach people how to do digital marketing, create content, share your message in an interesting and unique and powerful way. But I've had people go through it who didn't have their core message in order first, and they struggled more. Not only because they didn't know exactly what they were sending people to, but even if they did get a lot of attention from that content, if they sent them to their website or they spoke to them and what they were saying isn't converting, it's all for nothing. That core piece has to work really well. That is how you go offline viral, is you become really referable. That is how I recommend thinking about growth, thinking about getting your house in order, getting it really tight and profitable and highly referable first, and then growing, as opposed to growing something that's not that solid, that isn't going to convert that well. If you try to expand before you've got that highly profitable converting message and business structure and all of that, you're just going to be spinning your wheels. Does anyone here watch the Profit. It's like my favorite show. Marcus Lemonis and The Profit. He's awesome. He always gets back to the basics. He's always looking at, you're selling 1 million products, but here are the 3 things that are really amazing that you sell. Let's get rid of that stuff. Let's get rid of the fluff. Let's get rid of all this dead weight and let's get it really profitable first. And then you can expand from there. He was like, get rid of all these locations. Let's get this one location really profitable. It's the same concept. I love Marcus Lemonis. He does brick and mortar and product businesses, and I'm the opposite. I do service businesses, but the concepts are exactly the same. He's always doing the exact same stuff. He's saying, let's simplify, let's streamline, let's get highly profitable in what we're doing, and then we can expand from there. Don't you want to expand a highly profitable business, not expand something that's losing money? You're just going to bleed money forever and ever. Okay, that is my soapbox for today. Thank you for joining me. Go figure out ways to be more referable and stop spinning your wheels doing all kinds of other silver bullet marketing tactics that are not going to help the core issue at hand. If you aren't getting tons of referrals in your service business organically first, all that marketing effort is going to be a lot harder to capitalize on. All right? Thanks for joining me. I will speak with you guys all in a few days.